That's So Raven, an odd, beloved Disney sitcom, doesn't get as many memes as Cory in the House. Raven has visions, shenanigans ensue. That is Raven. Now that I've got the preamble setup out of the way, the finale to That So Raven was an anti-smoking PSA. I forgot my brother's login for Disney Plus, so Daily Motion. But when I used to watch these shows as a kid, I'd watch them on YouTube when it was the Wild West, so I'm right at home, but the screen caps are going to be of a very questionable quality. The episode opens, the B-plot is set in place, it's about casserole, they're gonna screw it up and have to make it again, it's typical sitcom shenanigans. Raven, in response to some instructions, says,
So
take it out, you let it cool, you shampoo, you rinse it, you repeat it. I don't know why. I really love that line. It's just kind of endearing. Skip a bit, Cory and girlfriend character are now together. She's got Sig's, he's got Raven's socks on, which is a gag that they decided to write into the show that you do not need a screen cap of. Next scene, friend 1 and 2 show up. The casserole is established as a famed recipe. It's not being made for the family, it's being made for the mayor. And now I'm beginning to see how Cory in the House took place. Clearly, father character was already busy establishing political connections to make his way up to White House chef. I didn't remember what would happen here. I just kind of assumed that they would miss the ding and then the casserole would burn as a result. And of course, typical sitcom shenanigans, they remake it and then fail to do so. But what the twist is here is that 1 and 2 are revealed to be a duo of malice because they just eat the fucking casserole themselves. Cigarette had been found, Vision had, obviously out of context as per usual, to make sure that everything simply becomes worse. Truly, Raven was born not with a gift, but with a curse. Also, apparently Justin from Wizards of Waverly Place played Cory's friend. Neat. Next scene. I know these cigarettes are in here somewhere. My visions are never wrong. She laughed. I laughed. That was funny. Raven Baxter was clearly the funniest actor on the show by a mile. And then more things are heard out of context and, whatever. Back to the casserole. I was writing this as I watched the episode, so color me surprised when it turns out 1 and 2 didn't screw up remaking the casserole. They did it perfectly, so they might be malicious, but they are effective. But then they eat the casserole again, so more malicious than effective. Intervention created, confrontation imminent, a small child that I do not recognize is present, and then my pen ran out of ink, which bummed me out for a while, so I had to go switch to a normal big pen, which, it's a nice pen, but it's just underwhelming to use after the one that I was using. Confrontation occurs. Anti-smoking things are said. Friend 2 is kind of funny in the scene, I guess, but overall, whatever. The juicer shows up. He's like the Damien Maya of the Ravenverse. More PSA things are said. A cigarette pack is juiced, and it is gross. And finally, the episode takes us full circle. We return to the casserole one final time, where it is revealed that the juicer has eaten the third one that was made. But let it be clear, he is merely the victim of 1 and 2. And that's it. That's how it ends. The end of That's So Raven. The final character that is shown is the juicer eating casserole. That's it. The first Disney sitcom to hit 100 episodes. And that's how they cut it off, with smoking and the juicer. 100 episodes, and that's all they get because the actors began to age out of their characters, so that's it. And I thought that was mildly interesting enough to make a video out of. At least some future sitcoms get actual endings to them. That's So Raven gets an awkwardly implemented PSA in a meh episode in a bad finale. I realize that most of this video is really just me recapping an episode of a Disney sitcom, which is lazy, but I enjoyed it at least, so it is what it is.